So hi everyone, I hope you're all okay. If I look a bit dishevelled, it's probably because I am. It's been quite an intense week, hence why I've been quieter than normal. And to cut a long story short, our house flooded on Thursday downstairs. Cliffhanger. It was like an episode of EastEnders then, wasn't it? So basically, I'm gonna sit down, feel like I need to sit down. So it's half term and we get 2 weeks. I don't know why, I know most people get one, but we quite enjoy getting 2, but we do break up for summer a bit later than most, I think. But I'd been working all morning with the kids, and then I thought we're gonna nip out to like a nearby town and pick up a few last minute bits for our holiday because we were off to Center Parcs, and we'd got this plan. The kids were all excited and I was shouting everyone down and like, don't forget to go to the toilet if you need a wee or anything, and come put your shoes on. And they're a bit older now and they're really, really responsible kids. I want to stress that because you know, they're really, really good kids. And basically what happened, one of the kids, I'm not going to tell you who because I don't want to this isn't like a bashing video. Like, what happened was complete accident, and I just don't believe in making a kid feel worse than they already do. But what happened, one of the kids went to the toilet, went to wash their hands, and they were the last one down and accidentally left the tap on. Now, it wasn't a full flow. It wasn't like stupidly left on, it was just, don't think it was turned off properly, and we have a slow draining sink in that bathroom. I have to detach it a lot underneath the bowl, remove the drawers and detach it and clear it out. It just sometimes gets clogged up with, you know, all sorts. It's the kids' bathroom and it's probably mostly toothpaste and gunk. And what had happened is that while we were out, and we were out for 3 hours or so, something like that, maybe a little bit more, we went out, ran some errands, I treated the kids to tea, we went to Tim Hortons because they really like it there, and we drove home and pulled up and we were getting all the bits out of the car, and I typically will walk up the drive and look through Mark's office window, and you can kind of like see through a little bit if all the doors are open, and I do that just to see the dog because the dog always wags his tail and gets really excited. So I go to the dog and I look through, and you know when it's a sunny day and there's a lot of reflection, you can't really see what you're looking at first. I could see water, and at first my gut instinct was, oh my god, I've left the sprinkler on, and I was looking out to the back. But then I was like, but I didn't leave the sprinkler on, I didn't even have it on that long, and it was off by the time we left. So like, what is that? And then all of a sudden, you know, when your brain just shifts, and I realised it was the ceiling, and I ran in, I got the kids in, I was like, oh my god, and it was coming through the ceiling over where the dining table is. I'll show you all the damage in a minute. There was just water everywhere. I didn't really take a lot of photos because obviously your first instinct is to solve the problem. So Bill ran upstairs, turned off the tap, Daisy's down, got all the towels. They were so, you know, like when you don't even have to instruct them, they just did it, and we worked really well as a team. We're all a bit emotional. It was really, really hard to see because like, when I bought this house, it was a real do-upper. It needed a lot of work doing. It was in a really bad state in some instances, needed a lot of repairs, new windows and all sorts, a new boiler. The boiler was a floor-mounted one that was just older than me, loads and loads of things. And I've been working on this house since Bill was 6-7 months old, so over 10 years, trying to transform it from what it was into what it is now. So how lucky we are is not lost on us, and this was like a pipe dream for so long, and to see all of that, like, especially because we saved up for the extension, like we were so excited, and then we love our home so much, and then see that, it was honestly a bit heartbreaking. Now, not to be dramatic or anything like that, it certainly wasn't like a swimming pool, but the water covered a large expanse of the floor, and we just rolled into action. So I got a laundry basket to catch one leak. I got a empty bin that we have but haven't used yet for another leak, and luckily it was quite a big bin and it was catching everything nicely. And then it was a lot of throws and towels and blankets all over the floor, try and soak up the water. And then we did reverse mopping. So we have one of those mops where, you know, you put it in and then you press the pedal and it spins it to like get all the water off. So what we were doing was saturating the mop on the floor, then putting it in the bucket, spinning the water off into the bucket, and then doing it again. So it was basically reverse mopping, and it took us hours, and it took me a good few days to catch up with the washing. I've only just caught up with the washing, and it's Sunday now. It's been really stressful. I was so panicked as well because I've been doing a lot of the stationery and bits and bobs for my brother and Nikki's wedding day, which is really, really soon, like 5 days now, something like that. And I'd been like finishing everything off, and I had my Cricut on top of the Cricut box, and the work was on top of the Cricut, but the box was on the floor because I didn't have enough room on my desk. And the plug was there, so I've been like printing it on the floor because it's nice and stable and flat. And thank God that I put the Cricut on top of its box, because the box was sodden and had to go in the bin, but the Cricut and all of the wedding stuff was safe. And I cried when I saw that out of relief, because I was just so like worked up, because we've been like, I've spent so much time doing this for them as like a gift. Like I wanted them to know that like I loved them, and I wanted to do something and help and be a part of it, and like be there for Nikki, especially because she's worked so hard. It was just awful. Mark spoke to insurance, so they want to come and look, but obviously we go away and we won't get a refund or anything like that, so we've got to go, and I just don't know when they're going to come. Thankfully we do have like accident and emergency cover and all of that, so I know it will be resolved. But you know, when you just feel like, yeah, but I don't want anything replaced, I don't want a new this, I don't want a new that, I just want what we had because it was perfect. Like, it wasn't the best quality, it wasn't the fanciest, but it was home, and to see it like go backwards has just been quite hard. But I'll turn you around and I'll show you the aftermath. Very pleased to say we're not wet anymore. There were silver linings because nothing was irrevocably damaged. There is some damage, but it wasn't carpet. We've got bifolds here, so we've had them open constantly to dry everything out. And luckily, this room gets really warm in the summer when the sun's at the back, and I think that really, really helped us. But yeah, I'm going to turn you around and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so at first glance you're probably thinking, what is that? But initially when we walked in, there was water all over here, all over here, all over here, all over here. Shockingly, it didn't even get over to the kitchen. Excuse all of this, is just like stuff to take away with us. Huge pool here. Like, this rug had to spend 2 days out in the sun drying off, but it was massive, massive pool here under the sofas. This sofa was soaked through at the bottom. It is almost dry. It's a little bit damp to touch, but it was from backsplash, and luckily this is like good quality wood, so none of this is like warped. But yeah, there was water everywhere, and I'll show you some of the damage. But basically, you can see the ceiling. This was one of the main spreads, because I think it's directly under, but I don't know if you can see. But this is bulging a bit now, like sagging, and there's cracks here. So I do feel like that is going to need to be redone. Which, worse things have happened, but yeah, that's what that situation's like. It's spread down there, across, across this steel here, across this wall and down. There was loads of splash up here. So there was a huge dark mark which has since gone. So I don't think that had run down necessarily. I think it was just a splash from the impact of it all coming through. But everything is going to be needing to be repainted. So that means I've got to do this archway again. And yeah, it's come all the way down here. And the closest it got to the kitchen was here. And obviously we've got some cracks here, down there. And in terms of other bits of damage, the table's warped, so I don't know if you can see, but it's all swollen and like not looking great. This is all swollen up as well, which is such a shame, because we love this table, but it's an extendable one and I don't feel like it's going to be very sturdy anymore. But yeah, we've got this coming away, which is all the way along, and there's damage to this one as well. This is coming away, and there's a bit of damage here as well. In the bathroom, to be honest, I can't really show you anything because it's underneath the floor. We have vinyl which is like bubbled up. It's like all we could afford at the time when we had that bathroom done years ago. But that looks like it's kind of like expanded, so I think that will need redoing, but otherwise it looks fine, but we just don't know what lies beneath, so to speak. So yeah, this is where we're at. So we're gonna hopefully be able to get it all fixed, and that's the main thing. My desk has started warping at the bottom there. I don't know if you can see that there, but it keeps getting bigger and bigger, and that bit at the bottom now is all loose. It's just such a shame because it was an accident, and like accidents happen and things like this happen, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't, you know, suck. But I just thought I would let you know where I've been and kind of document it, and yeah, I'll let you know. I'll do some updates, so it'll be like a mini reno again, but fixing it. But yeah, I hope you all have a lovely evening. I'm gonna quickly edit this and another video, and then I can hopefully relax because I'm very tired. But yeah, I will see you all very soon.